It's going down. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of It's Going Down, being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Pentagon details plan on Ukrainian troop training. It says a platoon of Ukrainian soldiers at a time will be taught how to use U.S. rocket artillery, America's top general says. So the United States is basically instigating even more in this conflict between Russia and Ukraine. And that would appear to be a war vehicle, which will be a U.S. M142 H1 Mars, or I call it HIMARS or HIMARS, which if you're speaking in Japanese terms, you would pronounce this as he, but in English terms, you would call it hi. So HIMARS or HIMARS, but we're just going to say HIMARS rocket launcher on the tarmac at the 2021 Dubai Air Show, or Dubai Air Show, which Dubai, I believe, is located in Africa. It says a training course on how to use American multiple launch rocket systems takes from 3 to 4 weeks, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, said on Wednesday. A platoon of Ukrainian troops at a time will receive training as part of the Pentagon's plan, he added. The Biden administration approved the delivery of 4 142 high mobility artillery rocket systems HIMARS to Kiev in May, but according to Milley, if I'm saying that correctly, it will do no good to just throw this weapon system into battle. You've got to be trained on it to get the maximum effective use out of the weapon as a precision program, which I would totally agree with, of course, because, you know, a weapon is no good if you don't know how to use it. You know, what good is a gun if you're not good at aiming with it? You know, what good is a sword if you don't know how to properly swing it? What good is a blade if you don't know how to strike critical points? You know, same thing with shurikens. You know, you throw shurikens, right? You gotta know the critical areas of striking the body. You gotta know where to hold the shuriken and how to fling it properly. You got to be dexterous when it comes to using a bow as well as shurikens, etc., etc., you know. So a weapon like that will be useless if they're not trained on how to use it. So America knows what they're doing, right? It says he told journalists. But anyways, moving on. The Ukrainians have very good artillerymen, but they have been using Soviet-era systems and transitioning to Western-made arms poses a challenge for them, he pointed out. Well, earlier this week, a report by the New York Times revealed that Ukrainian troops fighting Russian military have been struggling to figure out how to operate sophisticated foreign weapons. Some soldiers reportedly confessed that they had to download manuals from the internet and use Google Translate to be able to understand what they said. One artilleryman told the paper that using a high-tech laser range finder without proper knowledge felt like being given an iPhone 13 and only being able to make phone calls. It says, now according to Miley, the United States will start this thing with a program that is rational and deliberate and gets the Ukrainian troops trained to a standard where they become effective. The use of foreign multiple launch rocket systems is paramount for Kiev, as Russia is currently outgunning and outranging the Ukrainian forces in Donbass, the general stated. Britain also said that it'll be sending unspecified number of U.S.-made M270 multiple launch rocket systems to Kiev, which are similar to HIMARS. According to Miley, the British will also train a Ukrainian platoon at a time under the plan. So you have a good idea as to, what's going on here. The United States just instigating and more situations which have nothing to do with them. And you know what? Last month, China was on the verge of attacking Japan in order to claim sovereignty over Taiwan. But in the midst of doing that, right? I think it was Japan that made that statement. They said that Taiwan was going to be the next Ukraine, indicating that there was going to be a war between them over the island of Taiwan, the artificial island. China has multiple artificial islands, but now China is trying to claim sovereignty over Taiwan. But in the midst of them trying to attack in the midst of China trying to or making an effort to attack Japan, what happened? The United States instigated with their warship. Okay? The United States are also responsible for instigating in certain wars or situations in the Middle East. Okay? They were the ones who for lack of a better terms, they were the ones who they are the ones responsible for setting up these agent provocateurs and releasing chemical weapons in Syria, and then putting the blame on Assad, the president of Syria. But Lord's will, you brothers in the truth, following after the spirit of Yahushua, was informed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Shalom to the elect is on to the next one.